Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live session from TCL Global Islamabad office. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Haruna Rashid, Deputy Manager, Business Development, Pakistan, and I'm requesting you to stay with us. Today, we'll discuss about the University of Suffolk application guidelines, courses, tuition fees, scholarships offering, with or without IELTS applying options, and many more things that can help you to study at the University of Suffolk. For this reason, we have our on the guest from the University of Suffolk. She is Miss Jessica, and she's from the University of Suffolk, who will be joining us today as our guest, and will be sharing the opportunities for the international students that University of Suffolk has to offer. You can also ask the questions about the concerned person, about your concerned study prospects at the University of Suffolk. We'll try to answer your all of the questions. Who already have joined, please drop your questions in the comment box, and do not forget to share to help others, your friends and your neighbors, so that they can also can get some information about University of Suffolk. Before welcoming our guest, I want to share a short introduction of the TCL Global Limited. TCL Global is a dynamic and the passionate education consultancy firm. At TCL Global, we have highly experienced counselors who can help you from all over the world to further their education in the UK, USA, Canada, and Australia. And the TCL Global is the partner with more than 200 universities all around the UK, USA, and Canada and Australia. And not only these things, we have also our highly professional links. Uh, you can get access to the top universities getting the most advanced opportunities. We have been continuing our totally free consultation for more than 10 years, and you'll be glad to know that we have 19 offices across 13 countries that enable us to enhance our global offering to students and educational institutions. In Pakistan, we have two branches. One is in Islamabad, another in Lahore. In Islamabad, we have branch in Ayut Markaz, and in Lahore, our office in Al Hafiz Executive near opposite of the Firdaus Market. So you can also visit our office at your earliest convenience if you want to study in the UK. So another thing is that the DCU Global has a goal, and the goal is that to provide you with an international platform for the educational career ahead with all sorts of solution for those who want to study in the UK, USA, Canada, and Australia. Today we'll talk about university situated in the UK, University of Suffolk. Okay, so stay tuned with us to discover your opportunity. Now let's watch a video where you'll get the more information about the University of Suffolk.
Waterfront building is a distinct £40 million building that houses state-of-the-art lecture theatres and seminar rooms, ranging from a 180-seat auditorium to small one-to-one tutorial rooms. All lecture theatres benefit from state-of-the-art audio-visual equipment. The newly refurbished library building offers excellent learning facilities for all students, with long opening hours and academic liaison advisors covering all areas of the curriculum. Students have access to open-plan study spaces, boasting a generous suite of iMacs, as well as group study pods and silent study areas. If you are planning to study professional health, art and design, or sciences, check out the films we've produced showcasing the facilities on campus.
Thanks for watching this video. Now it's time to introduce our honorable guest, and I'm delighted to take an opportunity to introduce our honorable guest of the day. And let's welcome to our honorable guest, Ms. Jessica Garrity, and she is an international recruitment officer of the University of Suffolk. So thank you, Ms. Jessica,
Thank you
for
for having
joining
me.
us today.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. So I would like to request you to give us some information about our students, about our viewers, about your university, so that they can understand the whole process, application, scholarship, and English language requirement for the Pakistani students. Okay.
Of course. Give me one moment to share my screen.
Sure.
Okay.
You can share your screen.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Not now.
Not yet?
Yes.
There
No.
we go. Oh, it's vertical. Hold on, let me see if I can get that to show properly. There we go. Okay,
Sure.
can you see my screen now?
Yes.
There we go.
Can.
That's much
Yes.
better. There we go. Sorry about that. So,
No issue.
yeah, thank you, Harren, for the introduction. As you've said, my name's Jess. I work at the University of Suffolk in the international team, and I'm responsible for looking after all of our recruitment, our activities, meeting students across all of Asia, including in Pakistan. So I'm very happy to be here today to give you a bit of information about the university. As you've seen in the video, that was our campus. I've got another picture of the campus up for you here. The beautiful sunshine is here quite a lot of the time. We are one of the sunniest areas of the UK. So if you like the sun, we're a good place to stop by. You can see our waterfront building in the background there. That's our main building with all of our major lecture theatres in, and all of our support services are also located here as well. So this is our location. You can see Ipswich right on the coast there. We are very lucky that we have a beautiful coastline to one side. So if you like the beach, you like doing water sports, that is a great place for you. And on the other side, we have some really beautiful countryside, open spaces, great places to do sports, to go walking and to explore. But we are also located in the town centre. So it's a perfect place to meet new people, meet new friends, go out and try new activities. We also have quite a lot of music festivals around the area. The weekend that's just happened, we had Latitude Festival, which is one of the most popular events in the east of England. It was so busy and a really amazing weekend. For those of you who will be travelling to us, we are quite close to London airports. So Heathrow, if you are travelling in from far away, and then Stansted, if you wish to travel around Europe while you're here. Okay, these are just a few pictures of our campus, not of our campus, near our campus. These are two buildings that are based in Ipswich. We have Christchurch Manor, which is a very old manor, very beautiful, and the town hall. So if you're into history, Ipswich is one of the oldest towns in the UK. Here are some more pictures of Ipswich. You have the waterfront building at night time and the waterfront, which has some really nice cafes and restaurants. This is the Latitude Music Festival in the top right. And then in the bottom left, you have Felixstowe Beach, which is a really popular beach in the area, perfect to go and relax once you've finished your studies for the day. So next, some key facts about the university for those of you who haven't heard of us before or would like a bit more information. We are currently ranked 67th out of 121, which is an increase of 30 places from last year. We've made some really big increases in the rankings this year, and we're hoping to carry on doing that. We also made an increase of 26 places in the Complete University Guide, which was a really amazing piece of news for us. Our research, for those of you who are interested in research masters or doing a PhD here with us, was listed as world leading and internationally excellent in the REF, which basically assesses the research that universities do. And for those of you more focused on getting a job, using your studies to try and get into employment, 90% of everybody who graduated from the University of Suffolk in 2021 were in employment or further study in less than 2 years, which we're really proud of. So this is the academic structure of our university. We have the School of Health and Sports Sciences, which houses everything from nursing to becoming a paramedic to midwifery and sports sciences. So if you're into health and the human body or personal training, this is the school that you would be based in. We also have the School of Social Sciences and Humanities, which is a very broad school. It has everything from English to criminology to history, politics, childhood studies. So if you're into humanities, social sciences, that's where you will be based. We have the School of East, which is engineering, arts, science and technology. This is where all of our computing, technology-based subjects are, but also our art and design, our photography and film. So it's split quite nicely across creative and very technical. And then finally, the one that I think will maybe be the most popular is the business school. This is where our business management, business administration courses are, HR and strategic people management are all based in this school. So next up, just some more pictures of our buildings. This is the waterfront building, which we've seen a couple of times now. This one, which seems to have had a bit of a glitch happen, is supposed to be a picture of our atrium building. You can only see the top half of it at the moment. But this is where our games design classes take place, our technology classes, but also our business school is based in the atrium building. There we go, this picture works. This is inside that building. So you can see in the very back corner there, there is a door that says IWIC. This has recently been renamed to Innovation Labs. So this is a service that the university offers in partnership with Innovation Labs. And it is essentially a co-working space for our students, but also for local businessmen and women local entrepreneurs, people running small and medium-sized businesses. So this is a really great place to get careers advice or do networking, build your connections to certain businesses. We have an amazing team of careers advisors and also business and careers kind of advisors who build connections from the university so they can advise on how best to get an internship, how best to connect with a business that you really want to work with. This is a picture of our film and photography studios. All of this equipment is free to be rented, so our students can just go in, rent a camera and start shooting, start filming, and get used to using really professional equipment while you're at the university. We invest in having really high-end professional equipment so that when you go into the world of work, you already know how to use all these things. You're not going to be worried that you might break it or worried that you can't use it because you've already been using it while at university. Okay, the next area of the campus I'd like to tell you about is the Digitech Centre. So this is a building that is not on our campus directly. It is a few miles away on Adastral Park. Adastral Park is run by BT, British Telecom. They are providers of internet, phone lines, TV services. They do everything tech. It's a collaboration between us and them to provide high-tech, state-of-the-art technology and study areas for our students who are studying computing and data science. This cost about £9.6 million, and it was only finished a year or two ago, so it is very new, very shiny. And we have heard so many good things from our students when they get to use this building. They are able to try out this equipment that they typically wouldn't. They are able to meet with some of the businesses who use the park. We have over 100 companies that work on that park that they can then get to know, they can kind of mingle with, build connections, build networks. So I'll share with you some pictures of the Digitech Centre so you can get an idea of what we've created. Up in the top, you can see these big screens. This is our cybersecurity room. So people can monitor cybersecurity attacks. They can practice attacking and defending. So they can practice a real cybersecurity attack and how they would save their systems. We also work with a number of companies like Juniper, who provide actual equipment for real tech companies, so that, again, you can practice working with equipment that you would use in a real life setting. As I mentioned briefly, we do have postgraduate research options. We offer a master's in research in social sciences, or we offer a range of PhDs in all different subject areas. You can find those subject areas listed on our website. Okay, just a little information about how we teach. So I'm unsure of the teaching structure in Pakistani universities, but in the UK, typically you will study in semesters. So there will be 2 semesters per year, and in a semester you will study 4 or 5 subjects. So you will study these classes for 3 or 4 months. At the University of Suffolk, we have taken a different approach. Instead of studying 4 or 5 classes all at the same time for 3 months, you will instead study 1 subject at a time for 5 weeks. So you are only focusing on 1 subject. All your attention is on intensively learning this 1 subject. After those 5 weeks, you will have an assessment week. So you may write an essay, you may do a small project, you may do an exam. But once you finish that 5 weeks, you move on. Everything is posted online and everything is recorded. This is because back when COVID was happening and we were teaching online, students found it really, really helpful that they were working in these small groups, doing intensive learning with all of their materials available to them in a hybrid way.
Yes,
The
perfect.
reason we've kept this after COVID is because of the feedback we got from students. They said, they can focus, they can manage their time, they feel less pressured having 3 exams in the same week. They're able to revisit their learning through the online equipment, the online information, and they feel it really benefits them. And I think it will also really benefit our international students who are studying and also having to adjust to life in the UK at the same time. Okay, a little about student support. Speaking about adjusting to the UK, student support is really, really important to us at the University of Suffolk. And we understand that international students will often need a little more support because you've moved across the world. So we offer a range of different support, as you can see on the screen. We offer academic support in terms of the personal academic tutors. So you will have one academic who is assigned to you, and this academic is the person that you can go to with any questions. They don't just have to be academic questions, but it can be for any kind of guidance, and they can then point you in the direction of other support services. At the Student Centre, we have international welcome events and enrolment so that you can get to know some of your peers. There is assistance with finance, with accommodation, with documents, and there are also student life mentors who are students with the University of Suffolk who volunteer to help new students to adjust to their life here. Library and learning services, we have online study skills guides, and we also have in-person one-to-one drop-in sessions and group workshops to help with things like academic English, essay writing, critical reading, anything that you really need help with in terms of your learning. At the Students' Union, you may have heard of students' unions before. We also have a students' union. They run lots of clubs that are called societies. They offer groups for people of different backgrounds, different religions, different hobbies, interest, sports, things like that. But also they can offer support if you'd like to raise a concern with the university. If you have any problems at the university and you don't feel comfortable bringing it directly to us, your students' union are there to help you to raise this with us. So they are a really, really good asset to have. Finally, the careers team. Our careers team are fantastic. They really, really want to help people get prepared to go into the world of work. So if you're looking for a job after university, they can help you with your CV or your resume. They can help you with writing cover letters, with training courses that they think could be good, organising placements within the university as well. Okay, a little bit about accommodation. So we have a range of accommodation at the University of Suffolk. It is listed on our website, and these are what we call accredited accommodations. What that means is we don't own the accommodation, but what we do is we assess the accommodation and we give you recommendations based on what we think would be the most suitable. Athena Hall is the biggest accommodation and it is the closest to the university. It is a 2-minute walk from our buildings and a 15-minute walk from the town centre where you can do your shopping and visit all the cafes and restaurants. It is a shared accommodation, so you will share a room with between 4 or 7 people. But we also offer studio rooms, so you can live by yourself if you would prefer. The prices start from £119 per week for this September. They will change for next year, so please check on their website for the most up-to-date prices. A few more pictures there of some people living in the accommodation. It's very modern, very clean. Yeah, lots of social spaces as well to make friends. A bit about campus hospitality. Each of our buildings has social spaces and cafes. You can see at the bottom one of our students in the Students' Union playing some pool with her friends. It's a really friendly space to be. Whichever cafe you will go into, you will see that it is kind of bustling with people. there's always people there that you can sit with and get to know. Okay, so onto the more serious topics now. Entry requirements. So these are our entry requirements for Pakistan only. If you are watching from another area in the world, please go on our website and take a look at our entry requirements. For an undergraduate degree, we would require one of the following qualifications. So a 2-year bachelor's degree with a grade of 50%, year 1 of a 4-year bachelor's degree with a 2.5 GPA, or a foundation program, A-levels, things like that. For entry onto a postgraduate course, we require a 4-year bachelor's or a 2-year master's with the grades shown on screen. All of this is posted on our website as well. So if you miss this, please go on our website and just search your country name and it'll pop right up. So for English language tests, we do require an English language test if you wish to study on our courses. As you can see, for undergraduate professional health, so for nursing or for midwifery, the grade is higher. We need a higher level of English language proficiency, just because it's a lot more of a stressful environment. You need to make sure that you're doing things the right way. So we do require a bit of a higher score. The same for postgraduate programs. They're often more intense, so we do require a slightly higher grade for English for that. As you can see, we offer most of the major English language tests. Sorry, we accept most of the major English language tests, like IELTS, Cambridge English, TOEFL, Oxford Test of English, Pearson Test of English, and we offer our own test, which is the University of Suffolk Password Skills Test. That's given online. Again, all posted online, so if you miss these, please check those out for more detail as well. These are the course fees for this year and next year. I like to think that they are quite modest prices. I think that we price our courses quite well. So for next year, I'll just go over next year's prices because we're almost into next year. It is £13,922 for a classroom-based course. What this means is you're not going to be doing something like arts that require a studio, or nursing or biomedical science that requires a laboratory, or computing that requires a computer lab. It's IT based. If you're studying one of those courses, it is a slight increase to £14,598. For postgraduate classroom based, it is £13,995 per year. And for lab, studio, and IT based, again, anything science related or computing related, it is slightly higher. For the Suffolk Executive MBA, it is £16,497. It is higher, but I will explain that when we go on to the next slide about scholarships. You can see that the research fees have not yet been released, but these will be posted on our website as soon as they are ready. Okay, scholarships. These are this year's scholarships. We have not yet announced next year's scholarships, so again, please check the website for our scholarship announcements. But to give you a little idea of the kind of scholarships we will release, we have an international scholarship that is automatically awarded. This is the undergraduate and postgraduate scholarship. We have an MBA scholarship of £4,000. So there you go. It's a £16,000 course, but you can get a £4,000 scholarship. It brings it down a little. And then our International Masters Excellence Scholarship, which is for people who show real kind of excellent qualities. They have excelled in their academics. They have excelled outside of school as well. That is an opportunity to get a £3,000 scholarship. Once again, these will be posted online as soon as we update the website with our new scholarships. Okay, and I think that's everything from me. So I am going to take my slides away and get ready for some questions from you all.
Yes, thank you, Jessica, for nice information.
Thank you.
But from our side, we have some information. Our audience has asked some question, so I'd like to answer that question. First thing is that you have said that the scholarship is on 1,000 and 1,500 pounds. So is it for the Pakistani students and they will get it automatically, right?
Yes, so for this September, the international scholarship is awarded automatically when we start processing you for your visa. So the £1,500 for undergraduate studies is £1,000 in your first year and £500 in your second year. For postgraduate, it is £1,000 for the duration of your studies, which is usually 1 year for a master's course.
Okay, that's fine. And these scholarship will be automatically. Is there any scholarship for Pakistani region, for region based?
No, we don't have any country-based scholarships for the time being. Yeah, they are all available to any international applicant, including Pakistani students.
Okay, I got. So another thing is that for the English entry requirement, so are we accepting MOI for Pakistani students?
Yes, we can accept MOI from any country. Where it gets tricky is where the guidelines are set out by the UK Home Office. We can only accept degrees that are equivalent to a UK bachelor's degree. I am almost certain that Pakistani degrees would be eligible, but I will need to check that one. If ever an applicant is unsure about whether they would be eligible for the MOI, please just send in an email and ask us, and we can check over that for you before you start filling in all the forms.
Yes, sure. But I sent an email, and you think that I think that you told us like this that you are accepting MOI for the Pakistani market who has the 4 years bachelor's. Am I right?
I will have to double check. I'm
Sure.
almost certain that's right, but I will have to double check because there are so many MOI emails.
Okay.
Yes, I am almost certain that a 4 year bachelor's would be okay. Um, but yeah, it's all down to equivalencies and how they line up based on UK visa requirements. But yeah, if ever anybody is unsure about whether their degree can be accepted for MOI, just send in an email and we will always be happy to check.
Okay, thanks. And you accepting Duolingo and TOEFL, right?
We do not accept Duolingo at the moment, but we do accept TOEFL IBT. Yes.
Okay, that's perfect. Another thing is that for the gap, study gap. So for the undergraduate, how many years study gap you are accepting, and for the postgraduate as well?
So study gap, we we don't have a definite cut-off time for study gap. If there is a study gap of more than 5 years, we may just ask some additional questions to the student to clarify that. For example, if somebody has gone 10 years without studying and they're coming back for their master's degree, we may say, well, what happened for these 10 years? Why have you chosen now to come back? And if they say, oh, I was working, I've been working in my field, I wanted to get some experience first, that's fine. We will never say no, definitely, because there has been a study gap. The only time study gap does become an issue is when it's used for the MOI. So for medium of instruction, we accept 5 years of study gap. After 5 years, we will need an additional letter from the university saying, yes, we can confirm they've studied in English. And after 10 years, we do require a separate English language test.
Okay, that's perfect. So for the undergraduate and postgraduate, we do not you do not have any concern about the study gap if the student has the preferred valid.
Yes, as long as you can explain why the study gap is there and it's a genuine reason, you can prove on your resume you've worked for however many years, or you had your life kind of happened, you were busy doing things and now you have the time to study. That's absolutely fine, because we trust that you will have been keeping up to date with your subject.
Okay, that's fine. And I think is for the initial deposit. What is the initial deposit, and what is the process to pay the remaining tuition fees?
Okay, so the deposit will always be requested from the university directly. You will only be asked to make a deposit once you reach that stage of the process. So we will never ask for a deposit before you get made an offer. We will never ask for a deposit before we have started your CAS process. The deposit will always be requested directly from us, and you will only be able to pay it once we have requested it from you. So you won't need to pay it before your application or midway through your application. It will always be closer towards the end when you're definite that you're going to be coming to us.
So how much is the initial deposit? Oh,
The initial deposit is £3,000. Yeah.
yeah.
You can find out all about the deposit and our kind of CAS processing and the visa process on our website, if anybody would like more information about that. But the initial deposit is £3,000.
Okay, so what would be the process to pay the next tuition fees, remaining tuition?
So it's pretty much up to the student themselves. They can pay everything immediately for their deposit. They can pay the rest when they start their course, or we have an instalment plan in place now where it can be split over their first semester and their second semester.
Okay.
It's very, very flexible now. We've really tried to make it as easy as possible
Yes, yes.
for the students to do that part.
I think that is the best point for the University of Suffolk because the students
Good.
could can choose their payment method.
Yes, we hope so.
And okay, so another thing is that from our side, the audience asking that how many times, generally, how many days the university takes to make a decision of an application.
So that kind of depends on the time of year that people are applying. I mean, currently it is the end of July. It is very, very busy. So it could be maybe 2 weeks with all, if you provide us with all of the documents and you are ready to go, maybe 2 weeks. During quieter times of the year, it could be as fast as 5 days. It really depends on when you're applying. So my recommendation to applicants always is apply as soon as you can. If you apply during the quieter times, we can get an offer to you faster and you can sit back and relax until you get the email of, please, can you pay your deposit? But if you apply a little later, kind of getting into maybe May, June, July for a September intake, it's going to be a little slower, and we will kind of it will just be a slightly slower process, which then is more stressful to the applicant. So always apply as soon as you can.
Okay, that's perfect. So another thing is that for the university, what is the part-time job opportunity? Is there any opportunity to get the part-time job? Mm.
Yeah, that's a great question. So currently we have quite a few opportunities internally at the university. So there are opportunities to become a student ambassador. So when you register with the university as a student ambassador, you will be getting paid around, I think it's £9.80 an hour, just under £10 an hour, which I think is great pay. And you can help the university with things like open days, with live streams like this. We have had student ambassadors join the streams, doing filming for the university, like in the videos at the beginning, and doing photo shoots. We have people helping out with calling applicants or helping with answering queries online. We have social media set up for student ambassadors. So that is a great opportunity. We also have these things called micro placements, where you will work within a university department. So you can have the opportunity to work as part of my team, the team that I am in, or part of learning and teaching, or part of student services for, I think it is around 10 weeks, and you do 2 or 3 hours a week, really, really small amounts. but you get to meet the team, you get to learn about how we work, and you get to earn money as well.
Yes, that's perfect.
Outside of the university, there are loads of opportunities for students to do part-time work in cafes, shops, restaurants, bars, all sorts of opportunities. But what you will need to do if you're getting an external part-time job is just make sure they know about your visa requirements. You cannot work more than 20 hours a week on a student visa. So you must kind of convey that to them, make sure that they know. But if anybody ever needs support in getting an external part-time job, our support systems are always happy to help.
Okay, there's thanks. Another thing is that do have the January intake course and January intake, and what is the application deadline?
So for the January intake course, we don't have an application deadline yet. As always, get your applications in early. I personally would say November as a deadline, just because that is the latest I would be comfortable applying. We don't yet have a set deadline of we're closing courses, but I would recommend November as the latest to give you plenty of time to get your offer, get your financial documents, prepare everything for your visa, prepare your tests, and then arrive with us in January or February.
Yes. So, what is the deadline to meet the condition and get the cash for the September 22? Do you have any?
Again, so for September 2022,
Yes.
honestly, I would say I think it's too late now anyway. It is very, very late in the day. It would be maybe a miracle to get it all done, purely because of the delays around the world with visas, delays with English language tests. You know, we've heard about IELTS being booked up for months, TOEFL being booked up. Visa processing, TB tests. There are just so many delays around the world that you would really be fighting. It would be a very stressful
Yes,
situation
absolutely.
if somebody were to apply now,
Yeah.
which is why I'm recommending, if you are watching this and you're thinking about joining us, look at our September intake, look at our January intake, January 2023, or look at September 2023, when you can get your application in nice and early, and like I said, just sit back and relax while it's processed.
Yes, but in September 22 we have some application. Okay, so
Yes. Any applications that are already in, if anybody who is watching has already applied, you are fine. It is being processed. It is going through. Any any people sat at home now going, I'm going to apply, maybe look at our next application intake, because we are at the end of July now. That would give
yes,
less than a month to sort out a visa, which
yes,
would be
yes.
very stressful. But yeah, anybody who already holds an application with us, your application will still be being processed. That's fine.
Okay, so I think that it is a nice presentation and informative presentation.
Thank you.
Students and audience have learned some information from the University of Suffolk, and now I hope our audience have loved these sessions. Okay, and our audience, if you have any experience, any opinion, and so please send us your comments, as well as you can also visit our office. We have two branches in Pakistan. One is in Islamabad, another is in Lahore. And uh, Ms. Jessica, also I would like to invite you to visit our office.
Of
On,
course. Yeah, I
okay,
would
and
love to. Once we're traveling, I will absolutely come and visit.
okay. That
Thank
would be
you.
really grateful to see you in Pakistan and meet with you. And TCL Global has always a hand to help the students before and during and after the education journey in abroad. So thank you again, Ms. Jessica,
Thank
and
you.
all of our viewers for participation in this event. And I think that it has been really a pleasure to being all you today. And thank you, and wish you all very good day. Thank you all. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Change is the only constant in this world.
We are proud to be different. We evolve, succeed, and change again.
So let's embrace transformation.
Now and throughout our lives.
We never stand still.
And we help each other progress.
Because here, we're a community.
And we move forward together.